As part of our continued celebration of Black History Month, we are highlighting Miss Dallas 2023 today. Our Olivia Leach sat down with Annette Addo-Yobo.
The conversation includes her own personal battle and how she's using her platform to help other young people shine.
Your new Miss Dallas and winner of a $1,000 scholarship is Annette Addo-Yobo!
Watching that clip of Annette Addo-Yobo's sheer joy and excitement as she walked across the stage to win Miss Dallas 2023, what you can't see behind that smile is her years-long battle with her mental health.
Mental health does affect those who wear crowns and, look pretty. We often think that they don't struggle, but they definitely do.
Annette Addo-Yobo is a trailblazer. She's only the third Black woman to win the title of Miss Dallas in the Miss Dallas Park Cities organization. But Annette is also breaking down barriers when it comes to mental health.
Growing up in a culture where mental health is often stigmatized, I felt ashamed to talk about my mental health. I myself struggle with depression, and it was hard for me to feel comfortable talking about it. But going through my personal experiences and talking with other people showed me that, number one, I wasn't alone in my experiences.
Annette immigrated to the United States from Ghana with her parents as a baby. It was her own family's battle that inspired her to pursue an education in psychology.
Growing up with a brother on the spectrum and, immigrant parents, there's a lot of knowledge that just isn't really communicated to us. And autism isn't a very common diagnosis in Ghana. And so I had to do a lot of that learning with my parents, but also my mother. She had Lewy body's dementia and she passed away almost 2 years ago. And that came with its own mental health challenges as well.
Now as Miss Dallas, she's using her platform to share her story about her own struggles with mental health, to inspire other young people to seek help when they're struggling. She's now a Texas ambassador for the National Alliance on Mental Illness, or NAMI.
NAMI has so many free resources that a lot of people don't know about. And particularly in Black History Month, they have Sharing the Hope, which is a program solely focused on destigmatizing mental health in the Black community.
Annette wants to use her platform to bring vital mental health resources to at-risk youth and break down the stigma against mental illness.
That conversation is very taboo to say, hey, I'm struggling with depression, or I think I may have depression, and it's often attributed to laziness or, oh, it's just a phase, you'll get over it. It's very hard to feel that you're being validated or being heard, and it often leads to people suffering in silence.
Annette is trained and ready to head to local schools to talk to young people about mental health as part of NAMI's Ending the Silence program. According to a CDC report, in 2021, 60% of female students experienced persistent feelings of sadness or hopelessness, and 30% of girls said they seriously considered attempting suicide. That's a 60% increase from just 10 years ago.
It's very sad because it's a lot of my story. I started noticing depression symptoms when I was in high school, but again, wasn't diagnosed until much later in life.
She hopes that by sharing her story, other young people will feel safe to seek help too.
What has been helpful, especially as Miss Dallas, is being vulnerable and sharing my story so that young girls who are on my page, who see me, don't just see a pretty girl in a crown. They see somebody that's relatable. They see somebody that knows what they're going through.
Olivia Leach, CBS News, Texas.